In the village of Afaha, the sun shone brightly on the lush green leaves of the tall palm trees. A cool breeze whispered old secrets through the air, as if the spirits of the ancestors were still watching. Afaha was a small village where everyone knew everyone. In this peaceful place lived Udo, a strong man with skin as dark as the night. His deep, serious eyes always seemed to be hiding something. By his side was his wife, Leone, who was loved by everyone in the village. Her smile was warm, and her laughter was like music that made people happy. Every morning, the sound of her voice woke the birds, and they chirped in joy. Udo and Leone lived in a small house made of mud bricks, and behind the house stood a huge mango tree. The tree was old, and its branches spread out like arms, offering shade to anyone who sat under it. The tree bore the sweetest mangoes, and the children in the village often played near it. Under this tree, Udo and Leone would sit together, sharing their dreams, hopes, and quiet moments. But one night, something strange happened that changed Afaha forever. Leone disappeared. Nobody knew where she went, and there was no sign of her anywhere. The village was in shock. The men, women, and children searched everywhere, calling her name. They went deep into the forest, checked the riverbanks, and even looked in the caves that were said to be haunted by spirits. But they found nothing. Weeks passed, then months, and still, there was no sign of Leone. The village became quiet and sad. People went back to their normal lives, but the pain of losing Leone was still there. Udo, however, seemed calm, even though everyone else was mourning. His face, once full of happiness, now had a shadow of sadness. But he continued to go to the farm, attend village meetings, and even offer words of comfort to others. No one knew that Udo was hiding a terrible secret. It was a secret that was slowly eating him up inside. As the seasons changed and time went on, Udo began to show interest in Aqua, Leone's best friend. Aqua had been a great help to Udo during the difficult time of Leone's disappearance. She was kind and always there for him. Udo started spending more time with Aqua. He gave her small gifts and invited her to take walks with him in the evening. The villagers noticed and began to whisper among themselves. Some thought Udo deserved to be happy again, but others felt it was too soon. Aqua, on the other hand, felt guilty. She loved Leone, and the thought of falling in love with Udo, her best friend's husband, made her feel like she was betraying Leone. But as time went on, strange things began to happen in the village. One night, Aqua woke up to a cold wind blowing through her small house, even though all the windows were closed. She felt something was wrong. As she passed by the mirror in her room, she saw a reflection that made her heart race. It looked like Leone, pale and sad, pointing towards Udo's house. Aqua blinked and the image disappeared. She told herself it was just her imagination, but the strange things didn't stop. Doors would open and close on their own, and sometimes Aqua would find wet footprints on her floor, but there was no one there. The mango tree in Udo's yard, once full of life, now looked sick. Its fruits were bitter, and the children no longer played near it. Shadows seemed to move among its branches, and it scared everyone who went near. Udo, however, seemed not to notice or care about any of it. He continued his courtship of Aqua, giving her more gifts and spending more time with her. But Aqua couldn't shake the feeling that something was very wrong. One evening, during the village's harvest festival, Udo made a public declaration of love to Aqua. He knelt before her, offering a ring made from the wood of the mango tree. Just as Aqua was about to accept, a strong wind blew through the village, putting out all the lights. In the darkness, Aqua felt a cold hand grab her wrist. When she turned around, she saw Leone's ghostly face, her eyes full of tears. Leone pointed again towards Udo's house before disappearing into the night. The next morning, Aqua, shaken by the vision, went to confront Udo. She told him everything she had seen and asked him what he was hiding. Udo, who had always been calm, broke down in tears. He confessed that on the night Leone disappeared, they had argued. Leone had discovered something about him, something dark. In his anger, Udo had hurt her. He had buried her under the mango tree they both loved, thinking it would keep her close to him. Aqua was horrified. The news spread through Afaha like wildfire. The elders of the village, led by Ekong, the village chief, gathered to decide what to do. Ekam was a wise man, and after consulting with the ancestors, he declared that Udo would not be killed for his crime, but he would be banished. He was to live alone on the edge of the village where he could see the people but not be part of them. For 3 days the village performed rituals to calm Nineme's spirits. The mango tree, now freed from its dark secrets, began to grow healthy again, and the villagers planted flowers around it. Aqua became the guardian of the tree, caring for it in memory of her best friend. Though Udo was now an outcast, Aqua would sometimes visit him, bringing him food and water. She had forgiven him, though the pain was still there. Years passed and Udo's story became a lesson for the village. Children grew up hearing about the importance of truth and the dangers of anger. One day, during a fierce storm, lightning struck the mango tree, splitting it in two. But in the morning, the villagers found a single seed glowing with a soft light. Ekam, now old, declared that the seed was a sign of redemption. Udo was called back to the village to plant the seed. With trembling hands, Udo planted the seed in the soil, and as he did, it felt like the weight of his guilt was lifted. The village watched in silence as a new mango tree began to grow. Over time, the tree bore sweet fruit, and the people of Afaha gathered every year to celebrate forgiveness and healing. Though Udo never forgot what he had done, he spent the rest of his life tending to the garden, honoring Nineme's memory with his actions. In the end, Afaha was a place of peace once more, where even the darkest secrets could be turned into something good. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, comment and share it with your loved ones. Bye.